Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm Amanda Fowler of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video we're going to be making this cute little box. I've always known it as a sour cream container. Those of you from North America will recognise the shape. But actually here in the UK we used to get milk, actually UHT milk, in this type of container. Now the size of paper that I'm using for this one is actually 6 inches square, but you can make really little ones and really big ones. You just start with a square piece of paper. They are really simple, fabulous for gift giving, for table decorations. If you're looking for wedding favours, you could put name tags and different things on these. So a really quick, lovely little box for you to add to your crafting skill set. So let me just quickly show you some of the products I'm going to be using. So there's a tiny flower, and I'm using the Happiness Blooms punches, which are really lovely. And the gingham gala paper, you might have seen some other videos I've been using this paper. I adore it. Small gingham, oh, I'm going to drop it now. Small gingham checks on one side, big gingham checks on the other. Perfect for lots of different crafting. And the sentiment actually on here is from Hello Cupcake. Now, you need to be quick if you want this stamp set. It's only available till the end of March 2019. It's part of Celebration, and in order to get the stamp set for free, you need to spend £45, and then you can just pop this in your basket. Talking of shopping, all of the shopping links are below, whether you're on YouTube or my blog. If you just scroll down, you'll find clickable links for all the items that I'm using today. And there actually aren't, I was going to say the measurements will be there as well. There actually aren't any measurements, you just need a square piece of paper. So don't go looking for those, just watch the video. One thing I will say is you will need double-sided tape. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I love Tombow glue, which is a multi-purpose liquid adhesive. It's rare I use anything else, but these are a little bit tricky if you use wet glue because they kind of ping everywhere. So get some double-sided tape and some square pieces of paper, and I'll turn the camera around and we'll get crafting. So here is a close-up of the sour cream container. It measures, obviously 6 inches. Why am I measuring that? The paper's 6 inches, so of course it measures 6 inches, but it actually measures 2 3/4 inches wide. So you can see there's quite a good chunk of sizing there that you can put things in. I've decorated it really simply with a little bit of stamping. I'm just going to do that embellishment first, and then I will show you how to make the container. I also have a 3-inch square and a 12-inch square. So I am going to make 2 other sizes as well for you, just so you can see kind of how they work out. Okay, so for this embellishment, I'm firstly using Hello Cupcake and the Celebrate Your Day stamp. This is a Celebration stamp set. So you've only got till the 31st of March to get this. And I've got a couple of punches, 1 3/4 and a 2-inch punch. And it is a photopolymer set, so I'm going to use my stamping mat. And there we go, Night of Navy ink. Give it a good press down. And then when I punch it out, I'm actually going to punch it so it's lower, so it's not central, so I've got somewhere to put the flower. So that's that one. So I can move that out of the way. I'm making the layer with a 2-inch Night of Navy layer as well. So that's those 2. Then this little flower is made using this punch. And these are from the Happiness Blooms punches, and they come as a bundle with this stamp set, which is called Bloom by Bloom. It's really cool. So you can see that this flower and this flower actually match these, but also the little punches match the designer series paper that's part of the product suite. So well worth giving it a look. And I absolutely love this stamp set. It's like Scandinavian inspired, but it's so different to any of the other flowers that we have. It's really, really pretty. So I've taken the little flower and somewhere here, oh yeah, I've got a little scrap of the gingham paper. And I'm just going to ink up the little stamp, and then I'm going to punch this out. And get rid of the ink pad because I'm going to get covered in ink. I'm already covered in ink. And somewhere on my desk I have some rhinestones. Ha! Somewhere I did have some rhinestones. Okay, we'll come back to the rhinestones in a minute. Oh, there they go. I'm only working in a sort of 16-inch square, so you wouldn't have thought it was that difficult, but I lose things on my desk all the time. Okay, so I've put a little rhinestone in there. Let's just get this all layered up, and then it's ready. So it will all be done. So tiny dot of Tombow there on the flower, so the flower can just sit there. I just think that just gives it a nice little finishing touch. And let's just pop some dimensionals on the back. Okay, so that is the embellishment done. You're going to see how quick this is now. It's so super cool. So as I said at the beginning, I am using the gingham gala paper, and you can't really use Tombow. It's just too slippy. If you've got perhaps more patience, then give it a go. But honestly, every time I try it, it drives me insane. So the way you make this is you use your double-sided tape, and you put a piece of tape along the top, and then coming down both sides. So you are basically putting a U shape of tape along here. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is, whilst I've got the tape out, I'm going to do the same for these little ones as well. So I put it along the top first, and then the two sides. And this is Stampin' Up! Tear and Tape, and it is awesome because it does exactly what it says on the tin. You can tear it. And then this paper, this is so pretty. Which side? I'm going to have the black on the outside. This is the designer series paper, also part of Celebration, and you get 12 sheets of double-sided. So there we go, that's that one. Let's turn it around. Oh, move my embellishment out of the way, and then there. Okay, so there you go. You've seen me actually do that on 3. And that is everything. That's everything that you're going to need to do. So you've got, excuse me, you've got an N shape of a tape. And what we're going to do firstly is make this into a tube. So this piece of tape here, we're going to take that off and we're going to roll it up. Now, just make sure with these two pieces of tape here that you lift off a little bit and bend it back. Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want this tape here to get stuck. So I'm just lifting it up and bending it back like that. So I hope that makes sense. And we are just rolling this into a tube. Now, the easiest way I've found is to kind of curve it in both hands and then pick a spot at the top, like so, and then pick a spot at the bottom and then just kind of smooth it through. And then you can just give it a good press. Okay? Now, what we're going to do, I'm just going to fold that tape back in now because we don't want it to stick where we don't want it. So, in order to make this shape, we're going to be squashing one end this way and one end this way. But you have a seam. And the tendency that when I'm making it, my automatic thought is, oh, brilliant, I'll make that seam go down the centre. And you don't want to do that, because if you do that, if you make that go down the centre there, when you squash this bit, the seam is going to be on the fold and it's much more likely to ping open. So it's really important that you move the seam to one side. So I'm just going to see if I can get my nails in there. Just going to unpiggle this bit. It does not want to come off today. Right, so take your tape off. Make sure that your seam is offset, so it's not in the centre. It's sort of a 1/4 to 1/3 along the edge, and then you're just going to press that together. Okay, so you've kind of got like a toothpaste tube now. So you've got that seam there, and then this piece is going to press together here. So you've got this seam going this way, so straight up and down, and this seam going side to side. Now, obviously, if you are going to fill this with treats, you need to do it at this point before you seal it up. But for the purposes of the demonstration, I'm going to undo it and I'm going to seal it up so I can just show you with the embellishment. So the seam is on this side, so I am actually going to put my embellishment here. And there we go. So there. So we've got 3 colours. I am sure that I will make the other 2 colours of the gingham gala paper because I can't stop using it at the moment. So that is your 6-inch size. So I'm just going to show you the 3-inch size because I'm interested to know how big it is. So I haven't actually done this yet. So there we go. So I'm peeling the top bit off, bending this back, and then I'm going to roll this. Now this is going to be more difficult. Firstly, this is the Love What You Do or Share What You Love patterned paper, and it's, you can feel it, it's almost cardstock. It's a really heavy weight, and it's little, so it's going to be a bit more tricky. So I'm just going to encourage it to roll over. And a little bit more and a little bit more. Oh, this is going to be tiny. I'm not sure exactly what you would fit in this. Do leave me comments. Actually, oh, I have had a thought. My husband, Brian, adores Cadbury's mini eggs. And they are very small, sort of sugar-coated eggs with chocolate inside. And I reckon you could probably get 2 or 3 of them in here. That would be That would be good. Right, I'm just giving it a bit of a rub just to make it into a tube. Right, so there is my seam. So I'm going to move my seam over a little bit and undo that glue and press it down. Yep, I reckon you could get probably half a dozen Cadbury's mini eggs in there. So do leave me a comment and let me know what else you think we could put in here, because it is going to be tiny. Right, so look, how cute is that? Okay, just for size differential. So this is a 6-inch piece of paper and this is a 3-inch piece of paper square. So it's vast, isn't it? So it measures obviously 3 inches tall, but the width is a little over 1 1/4. But yeah, I think you could get some little mini eggs in there. So do leave me a comment. And whilst we're talking about comments, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notifications so you get notified when I do a new video. But I respond to every single comment that I receive. So I am truly grateful that you watch my videos. And I love getting to know you a bit better. So do leave me some comments and I will respond to you. Okay, so this is the 12 by 12 inch piece. So I'm doing exactly the same. Peeling off the top bit, bending back this bit. I think I've got too much nail polish on my nails today. It does not want to undo. Right. Right, okay. So I'm going to roll this up in exactly the same way as before. Position it at the top and at the bottom. And actually, the joy of doing this much bigger size is to put your hand in the whole thing. That's cool. Okay, so we're going to offset. So the seam is just here, so I'm offsetting the seam. So I'm just going to undo that tape. Just make sure, not like that. Ha! Come on. Just make sure. This is interesting because it's obviously so much bigger. Just make sure that your top edge is lined up. Okay. So that is lined up there. And obviously, again, you would put treats in there. Now, wow, this is absolutely huge. So it is 2 to 5 and almost 3/4. So say 5.5 wide. It's huge. You could get a lot of mini eggs in there. You could easily get scarves or socks or perfume, all sorts of things, candles, all sorts of things in there. There we go. Wow. That is amazing, actually. It's huge. Okay, so that's just astonishing to me. Can you hear it in my voice? I'm all a bit, ooh, that's amazing. So 6-inch piece of paper, 3-inch piece of paper, 12-inch piece of paper. This is so cool. Different sizes. Obviously this is perfect for table decorations and so on, but for gift giving or tiny treat giving, you could get a diamond ring in there. Couldn't you? That would be cool. So let me move those out of the way and come back to the original samples. So thank you so much for joining me today. Do subscribe to my channel and to my blog, which is www.inspiringinkin.com. Enjoy your crafting and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.